Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with his inspirational morning talk. For first-time listeners, I just on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I just get something inspirational. It's 8:45 a.m. Central Time, so I just got something inspirational to start your day out. So this morning here, I just want to tackle it. Like I said, I'm an outdoor person, but I'm going to be indoors for these next few days till I completely get over my little sickness. I want to stay out of that cold up and down weather as much as I can. But I'll stay indoors, and as soon as I feel better and the weather gets a little better and I think it's good for me, I'll be back outdoors. I like being outdoors, man. But yeah, so today what we want to talk about, because I'm looking around and I'm seeing over the last couple of month or so, or we got a lot of these issues where prominent people getting in trouble of what they're saying and things they posting, and Mr. Alan Dwayne, good morning, and I'm watching around with that, and I'm saying, and then yesterday, I'm not speaking on the Kyrie situation or anything, but I saw him made an apology there, and he's saying, you know what, he had an opportunity to stop this stuff. Tessa Hunt, good morning, cuz. Good morning, cuz. How are you doing? He said he had an opportunity to stop, all what went down with him based on the remarks he said about the anti-Semitism stuff. He said he had an opportunity to stop it, but he did not. And he just doubled down on the way he was feeling and what he was saying and stuff like that. But he sung really good, and he sung like he really understand what he did in the power of his tongue, the power of his platform, and all that good stuff, right? So I just want to talk a little bit about a scripture that addresses that, and we could drill down more into it, because this is something now where a lot of people, just only because that's prominent people that we're hearing about, celebrities, but every day we're getting in trouble. A lot of people getting in trouble for these kind of things that we're not hearing about. So I want to address it from a scripture here in the Bible, right? So it's Proverbs. I'm going to read Proverbs 13, 1, 2, 3. 1, verse 1 through verse 3. But I can really mostly focus on 2, but I just want to touch on these other two here too, right? So Proverbs 13, 1, verse 1, 2, and 3. I can deal with it, right? Say, a wise person heeds his father's instructions, but a mocker does not respond to a rebuke. It's saying a wise person heeds his father's instructions, but a mocker does not respond to rebuke. And then 2, which is the one I really want to focus on, it said, from the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things. From the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence, right? From the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence. Let me read the whole thing then when you talk about it. It said, those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin, right? So those who guard their lips will preserve their lives, but who speak rashly will come to ruin. I'm going to do a next one on the tongue. I don't really want to focus directly on the tongue, but I just want to focus on this because I see lots of time we might put out content on social media, but what we got to realize, there's freedom of speech. There is freedom of speech, but they're not freedom of consequences. They're not freedom of consequences. So I want to advise people, if you're going to put out anything on social media, you got to own that now. Now it's out there. It's not going nowhere. 15, 20,000 people don't share and like, and it's gone around. Even if you take it down from your page, it's still out there circulating as something that you said, something that you endorse, something that you agree with. So you just got to be careful with what we're putting out there. As this scripture saying, from the fruit of your lips you're going to be good, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence. Because Solomon was talking about, because he started out by saying a wise son, right, heeds his father's instructions. A wise son. So he comparing the wise person eating good of the fruit of the lips, because if the heeding the father's instructions, they can be saying the right things, getting the solid advice, saying the right things. But somebody who just is a mocker, The mocker, they ain't got no respect for the for that. They're gonna mock the instructions you're giving them, make fun of that and all that. Most times the stuff they're gonna say gonna cause some violence because they're saying things that can upset and irritate people and cause some problems, right? So we just want to be careful, like what I'm doing here in the platform I'm doing. Sometimes I remember people call me and say, Greg, this going on, why you don't speak on this, or why you don't say something on this? I said, no, I really can't. When I come and I say something and I speak on a particular subject, that's what I'm saying. Right now I'm not speaking on the Kyrie situation or anything. I just heard him made that apology, and it's kind of triggered me, to say to do something about this after what he's saying. He said he had an opportunity to shut that down way before it get to this point, but he realized that was a mistake he made. Now he didn't shut it down and answer the simple question that was asked him, right? He said and he caused this whole firestorm now and have him in the situation he's in, right? So that's his own admission, and that's what we come into right here, right? Because it's the fruit of what he put out there. What he put out there and what we put out on a daily basis. When you put it out there, you must own it. You must do your research. Make sure you got a good understanding of the subject that you're talking about. If it's something you're talking about, make sure you got a good understanding of it. Because once you put it out there, it's out there. And it's something people can quote you by saying, and you can't get upset of it because you said this. This is your thought. This is your words, right? So I want to be careful about it. So let's look at this, what it's saying here. From the fruit of their lips, he's saying, start. A wise son heeds his father's instructions. And this to go a little deeper, but I don't want to go there because he was talking about his own experience. Remember in 1 Kings 2, if you look at that, when his father David was about to die, David gave him some instructions and say, hey, Father God, you can read it. I ain't got time to go through. I can just sum it up. He tell him all, if you follow all of God's laws and everything will go well with you. If you and your descendants follow all of these decrees, you're gonna always have somebody on the throne. And then he give him some specific people that he should go and kill. He say, you know who these people are, you know what they did. You gotta go and take them out. If you don't take them out, they're gonna make your life on the throne and live in hell. So go. You take these people out before, and he gave him some instructions. Solomon did, and Solomon was successful in, for the portion of time in his kingdom until he did what he did and get himself into trouble. But he followed those instructions and he had a peaceful time on the throne. But then his son come up now. If you look at 1 Kings 12, Rehoboam, his son, when he took over, that's how the stuff gets split from him. He took over, and these men had come to him and say, hey man, your father had put a big yoke on our neck. Could you lighten the yoke? You know what I mean? Just make it a little easier on us. And he tell them go away for 3 days, right? Go away for 3 days, and when they come back, he can have a decision. So he go to his father's advisors, the men who used to advise his father, all right, Solomon, and that man said, look, bro, if you be kind to these people, if you be a servant to these people right now, they're going to be a servant to you for life. I mean, if you deal and tell them good things, say good things about them, treat them good, lighten this load, treat them. You be a servant to them right now. You do something good for them. They're going to serve you for the rest of your life. You'll never got trouble with these people. But he rebuked that. He go to his friends. Man, what do you think I should do to these people? I'm king now, What do you think I should do to these people? Renita, good morning. How are you doing? So when he go to them guys give him, and them guys give him some real cruel advice. And he go and he do that, and he treat these people harsh. And anyhow, that was his downfall. He didn't see that. He wasn't a wise son. And he caused some violence and mess up his whole thing, right? But that's two. But 2, again, let's stay focused on 2. But because he's saying, if you're the wise son, if Solomon's son, if he was being wise and following the instructions of his father advisors, he would not have caused the violence on himself. He would say good things, treat them people kindly, and kind things will come back to you. That's the next way we could go with this here, right? What you put out is what you're going to get back, pretty much. From the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things. From the fruit of your lips, you enjoy good things. And we can go and talk about death and life is in the power of the tongue, and those that love it shall eat its fruit. You see, they're always coming back to this fruit, right? They're talking about this fruit. Because whatever you say, whatever you put out, whatever you do, it's going to bear a fruit, whether it's negative or positive, right? Whether it's negative or positive. But in this one, in Proverbs 13:2, it's saying, from the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things. From the fruit of their lips, right? You enjoy good things. Michelle Blair, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? She said, from the fruit of your lips, people enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence. Again, guys, for people who just join in, I was, thinking on this stuff, what we're doing with the social media right now. I see a lot of people getting in trouble for it. They're putting things out there. And be careful of stuff that you even like, stuff that you share. If you're going to like something, make sure you can stand by it. And it's something you understand what you're liking. Understand what you're liking. Understand it. Don't put something, somebody saying it sounds good, like a good joke, and you just put like and you put share because it's a little funny. Take your time, slow down before you like and you share. And make sure you understand what meaning this thing's saying, what it's giving, because innocently you could like or share something that you didn't really take time to look at to make sure it's it's something you stand by and you support, and then it could put you in a whole lot of trouble. So it said that from the fruit of their lips people enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence. And then 3 said, those who guard their lips preserve their lives. Those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin. And that's what I'm saying. Be careful. Don't do things rashly. Don't do things rashly. Be careful. And today I'm just specifically narrowing this down to social media, because that's a forum where people feel a lot comfortable in. They're behind the computer. They're not in front of people. And, they put stuff out there. And they don't have, lots of time, they don't have no one to check them, to really bounce it off of them and make sure what they're saying. And you put it out there, you go rashly like this. You see something, you just respond to it quickly without really sitting down and giving it a thought and seeing the damage you could cause by, saying something, or liking something or sharing something. Because like I said, once they come from you now, you got to own it. You got to own it, right? So let me read this over again. It's a wise son heeds his father's instructions. This is Proverbs 13:1-3. A wise son heeds his father's instructions, but a mocker does not respond to rebuke. From the fruit of their lips, there's the wise guy, from the fruit of their lips they enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence, right? And then it went on to say, those who guard their lips preserve their lives. Those who guard their lips preserve their lives. But those who speak rashly will come to ruin. And that is what Mr. Kyrie Irving said he realized. If he had only guarded his lips, if he had only guarded his lips when they asked him that simple question, he's saying, he would not have come to the ruin. He would not have been in the trouble, so to speak, that he's in now. If he could turn back the hands of time right now. This is his interviews. He did a lot of interviews. He did an apology on things. He said, if I only guard my lips and just answer the question, how I should have answered it, and don't answer rashly how I felt at the time. And he says he was just defending himself. He said, if I I would not have been in this situation here right now, right? So guys, let's just take this, take all of these stuff what we're seeing, and that's only happen to somebody. This could happen to us if we don't handle situations too in the same way. Calm down, be quiet, because when you're putting stuff out on social media, you're putting it out to the world. To the world. You could put out one, this is how people become famous, and some people become to ruin because of one thing that they put out there. If it's a nice positive stuff, that thing can get around the world in a few minutes. whatever you say is positive could get around the world. I see people become famous because of that one good positive things they put out there, and people like it, share, share, share. Next thing you know, within an hour or less, it's around the world, and it got millions of views and how much likes. And on the opposite side, you put out something and it go around the world the same way, but it have the reverse effect, right? So what the scripture saying, those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin. Before you comment on some subject matter, make sure you have enough knowledge about it. Make sure you do your research, and make sure you do, because stuff that you say, and things too, sometimes the stuff that you say could not only affect you, but could affect your kids. Because you say something now that is, people start attacking your kids, people start attacking your family members, right? So we got a responsibility not only for ourselves, but the damage we could cause and do to others, our loved ones. So we got to be very careful of what we are doing and what we're saying, what we're endorsing, what we liking, what we are sharing. So read this over one more time. I'm gonna leave it here. You could go and do a deep dive into it yourself, and then we may do the power of the tongue, and we drill down on more in life and death is the power of the tongue, and how all the trouble your tongue could cause. But right now I just want to stay on this one here, and I want to get too broad with it. It said, a wise man heeds his father's instructions, but a mocker does not respond to rebuke. This is Proverbs 13, 1 to 3. From the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence. From the fruit of their lips, they enjoy good things, right? Those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin. So guys, I'm going to leave that there. So let's just ponder these little laws here, and we'll go about and make sure we acting responsible with what we're saying and what we're doing. Don't let us come to ruin. Let's guard our lips. All right, guys? So have a great Monday, and we'll talk again on Wednesday. Okay, bye.